Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am showing you how I do my everyday foundation routine. The first step I'm going to be doing is priming. I'm using the Weleda Skin Food and I'm just blending that all over. Next product I'll be using is this organic Airbrush Miracle Foundation from MG Naturals. This is in creamy natural, and I warm the product on the back of my hand and I sort of dot all over. Sometimes I change my mind and I'll pump it straight into the brush, but I find that I use a little bit less of the product doing it this way, and then I also don't waste as much, and it's not as hard to blend in, because when the brush is too wet it won't blend nicely. So I'm using the MG Naturals foundation brush here, and I'm doing mix between swiping and buffing and circular motions just to blend the product in. It's quite a creamy foundation, so you do need to work a little bit with it, so that's why I sort of do all those motions. The foundation smells ridiculously beautiful. So this would be a light to medium coverage foundation. So I always do one layer and blend it all over. Blending, 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 of course. Always making sure you go over your ears and down your neck. We don't want to create a harsh line. So that's the first layer done. So you're going to leave it about 5 minutes before you apply your second layer. Now I'm using the rest of the product on my hand. I don't actually pump anymore. And I'm sort of, as you can see, concentrating on my blemished areas where I want more coverage. Using that same foundation brush. I find with this foundation it does give your skin beautiful coverage, but your skin is your skin and it's still breathing. I don't know, it just feels ridiculously amazing. And smells good too. So there you go, there's the second layer done. So now we'll be using the Airbrush concealer here, concealer wand, sorry. And I haven't used this before, so I have to wind it quite a bit. This is in luminous light as well, so I'm popping this on my under eyes to conceal them, as well as any of my blemishes and any redness. So you just squeeze as you go. Once you use your product, you just sort of twist it a bit more. And it's got a similar consistency as the foundation. So I find this is a foundation brush from Real Techniques. I use this to blend most of the products, and then I use the warmth of my finger to sort of melt the product into my skin a little bit more and blend it out. So same as on the other side. And I've switched here to the foundation brush, sorry, just to help blend that product a little bit easier. It's too big for under the eyes, I find. I mean, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It depends what mood I'm in. So I'm applying a little bit more of that concealer now, and we're going to conceal the eyelids. So this is using the concealer to prime and even out the eyelid for eyeshadow. I find that I do this anyway, even if I'm not wearing eyeshadow, because it just blends it all out evenly. Okay, so the next step we're going to be doing is using their powder foundation here. This is an Ivory Fair, and we're going to set all of that foundation and concealer. This will also help absorb any oils as well as get rid of any shine, and it does ever so slightly add a bit more coverage as well. So going to dip this face brush into the lid and going to swirl the product on, and I sort of double over my face and then blend. So we're putting this all over, including the eyelids, down my neck and a little bit on the ears, just to make sure it's all blended and all set. So I do circular motions for this, dusting all over. Big fluffy brush helps it get everywhere, and it still is fine enough to go under the eyes. Just be very gentle. So whenever I need more, I'm just dipping back into the lid. Setting it all in. And down my neck as well. I do have a bit of redness, so I am adding a little bit more product down there as well. And there you have it, guys. This is my everyday foundation routine. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching.